Hey guys, my name is Brian and welcome to my channel. If you're watching me for the first time, it's probably because you're here for the name of this video, and that's how I got my first 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you're a Porsche owner and you're one of my subscribers, this video may not interest you at all, but you can watch it or you can watch one of my other videos. If you're here for the information on YouTube, keep watching because I'm going to explain to you how I was able to get my 1,000 subscribers and my 4,000 watch hours to get monetized, which doesn't really mean much in this world of YouTube and car channels. So let me show you how I did it. I started my channel the end of July of the year 2019, so last year. And I started it because I had purchased a 2001 Porsche Boxster S 6-speed car for $1,000. This car was totally trashed out, but I bought the car to repair it, restore it, and fix it up, and enjoy it and drive it. And I also wanted to go through and just make the videos on things that people were going to be able to do for their own vehicles, their own Porsche Boxsters, if they needed to. So they could have an issue, they can come to YouTube, they can find a sensible, down-to-earth approach to how to fix the problem without having to take it to a shop and pay the prices for it. That was the basis for my YouTube channel. I didn't make it to get monetized and make any money, which I still haven't over a year now made any money. But that was the basis for the channel. It was our passion. It wasn't to make a channel. It was just to be informative and to give people options on how to fix their cars themselves. And that's where it all kind of really started. So I think my number one tip is to have a passion for what you're starting your YouTube channel about, and don't go into it thinking it's somehow going to pay your bills. It might after a few years, but that first year, I probably spent way more money in video equipment and computers and everything else and parts for the car than I would have spent if I wasn't. So make sure it's a passion, that you want to document something, make it educational rather than just you want to do this for a business or something, because it's probably a bad business venture in the long run. So that's tip number one, make it your passion. With my channel starting the end of July of 2019 until about the end of December, I only saw very small growth. I received maybe 100 subscribers in that 5-month period there so basically all of August, September, October, November, and December. I didn't get that 100th subscriber, I think, until New Year's Day of 2020. Then something happened, and all of a sudden it was like 50 subscribers in July, and then it was another 50 subscribers in February, and then in March it was like 100 subscribers, and we officially hit 1,000 subscribers like a week and a half past our 1-year anniversary mark when we hit 1,000. So that last month I gained nearly 200 subscribers in 1 month, and I couldn't figure out what was I doing wrong the first 6 months versus the last 6 months. And I think that is tip number 2, and that is videos. Up until the end of December, I'd only put out like 20 videos. And then all of a sudden, in January and February, I started hitting that 25 mark, that 30 mark of number of videos, and that's when I tend to see things move, and people starting to watch and getting into it. So I think you gotta just keep grinding away, posting videos, the same content, the same subject matter, the same genre of content and videos, and get a whole library up there before you're going to see some traction. I guess YouTube wants to see that you're dedicated as much to them as they're going to be to you if they monetize you. So it took about 20 videos or 5 months before I started seeing that subscriber base start to grow and grow and grow and grow. So keep recording, keep staying steady, 2 videos a week, 3 videos a week, make sure it's all in the same subject matter. So that's tip number 2. So one of the things I did do early on was I took a sheet of paper and I wrote down ideas for videos. I took the concept of everything I was going to need to finish up a project. We're going to have to do, brakes and suspension and replacing the motor, and we're going to have to refreshen the interior. And I made a list of all those videos that we're going to need. And I started producing those videos off my list. I then went back and started checking to see which videos did the best. And the funny thing is, the videos that actually solved a problem for people, so like you pick up a P1133 engine code, well, what does that do and what's that mean and how do you fix it? Those videos are the ones that shot up high for me. The videos where I was vlogging or just randomly talking about something didn't perform well at all. So I realized that videos that solve problems, videos that help people fix things, for me as a car channel, were the videos that were getting the more views. And people were then sharing them on social media. They would watch a video and then their buddy would have a problem. Then they would send a link to one of my videos to a buddy and say, hey, go check this video out. It's dealing with that problem you've been having with your Porsche. That was huge. So tip number 3, I guess, is to make a list of videos that you want to make and think about the viewer and think about what's going to educate them. Think about what they're going to type into a Google search. How do I fix a P1133 code on a Porsche Boxster? Or my fuel filter. How do I place a fuel filter on a Porsche Boxster? Or whatever. Think of that terminology and think of those ways that you can make videos that will educate more so than just rambling. Because the rambling videos didn't work for me. But when I solved people's problems and showed them how to do things, those are the videos that skyrocketed for me. So that's tip number 3. So for my next tip on how I grew my little YouTube channel to 1,000 plus viewers and 4,000 watch hours was I used Facebook groups. I went onto Facebook, I found groups of Porsche owners, and I joined those groups. And every time I had a new video, I would post that video. And I would go into it like, hey, if you ever get a P1133 problem or a fuel filter problem, or hey, this is how I dropped the motor in my home garage in my 2001 Porsche Boxster, I would put a link to that video in those Facebook groups. That was freaking huge. Facebook accounts for all of my external traffic. Probably 60% of my views, external sources, come from Facebook. And a lot of times they were free. Some groups were like, no, you can't do that. That's promotion. Some groups, you know what, become a sponsor of the page or the group. And for, $20-30 a month, you can post all your videos that you want. I did that a little bit. That was helpful. But for promotion, to me, the big thing was getting on those Facebook groups, getting people who were already Porsche owners involved and watching the videos, and then they would share out links from that video to their friends who maybe didn't see it on Facebook or missed it on Facebook. So Facebook groups and other social media was huge on getting me to my 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And when it comes to watch hours, kind of a bonus tip here is I made my videos somewhat long. I tried to keep them at 5 minutes to about 10 to 12 minutes, unless it was something really involved, like my engine removal. It's 3 videos, and each video is like 20 minutes long. So I engaged that viewer. Not only did he click 3 times to watch all 3 videos in that series on how to remove the motor from a Porsche, but he spent nearly 10 minutes of that 30-minute video watching 3 times. So he gave me 30 minutes and 3 views every time he wanted to watch how to pull that motor out. So a little bit longer video and getting Facebook groups to get to that video instead of letting YouTube push it up for me. I had to do the legwork. I had to do the hard work and get my video out to the people who want to see it in my genre. So that's another tip for you. I guess my last tip for this video on how I got to my 1,000 subscribers and 100 watch hours is thumbnails. When I wasn't using thumbnails early on, not a lot of traction. When I finally took the time and started experimenting with thumbnails and what they look like, that's when I could start to see a change happen. And again, I found for me, it wasn't so much what the picture was in the background, it was the words on top of the picture. So I always made sure there was a picture of a Porsche, so visually you would see a Porsche off to the side and go, okay, it's a Porsche video, I'm into Porsches. But then I made the lettering or the text on top of the photo real informative. So like I would put fuel filter change, or I'd put engine drop. I would give it quick words or short words, but enough wording to where they knew what that video was about. So they'd see the Porsche, their brain already told them it was a Porsche, so their brain already knew that video was about Porsches, but then their mind would read how to drop the engine, or how to replace a fuel filter, and something along those lines, I did half the battle. The visual gave them information, then they read the words, they put the two together in their heads, and they clicked on it. So thumbnails were the big thing for me that helped. So those are my 5 things that helped me grow my little car YouTube channel, which I wasn't looking to monetize or do anything else other than to document my progression on rebuilding a 2001 Porsche Boxster S, and I was accomplished that. Of course, I do have a 67 Porsche as well, and I'm looking to add another P car to my garage here pretty soon. So if you're into cars and you like Porsches or other P cars, that's a hint for you. Keep watching, subscribe. I don't know if I'll do any more YouTube how-to videos about the channel and what gear I use and other stuff like that. I don't know yet, maybe, maybe not, depends on this. But this video came about because I'm a member of a Facebook group called Small YouTubers Boost, I believe. And I just simply posted on there a couple weeks back that I hit 1,000 subscribers, and you guys went crazy sending me messages. I had messages on Facebook, I had messages in my email address. It was like, okay, I'm not going to answer dozens and dozens of people. So I thought I would go ahead and make this video and then share it out to people when they ask me for information, and let YouTube push it out for me as well. So I hope you got something out of this. If you're a new YouTuber or you've considered doing this, it's a long run. It's not something you just throw up on a Saturday afternoon and then next week you're popular or famous or rich or whatever. It's not that. So hopefully I've encouraged you, given you some tips, not beat you down too much, and hopefully you'll stick around if you're into cars, and we'll see you soon. Talk to you then.